Warning: the following footage has been provided by several members of the MCOC community with full knowledge that they are about to be roasted. If you're easily offended, please return in about 2 months, because snowflakes have much more use in December. Thank you. Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm pretty excited for this one. I've been, kind of towards the end of the season, asking around for a few alliance mates. Originally I was just going to stick to my battle group, but I managed to get a few people from other battle groups in the alliance and even a few volunteers from outside of the alliance to send me some of the sloppiest fights of the season. And this is just going to be me having a watch over their videos, taking the mick out of them, and yeah, just hopefully a nice light-hearted bit of fun with this video. To kind of cap off a season, you know, the stresses of war. It's nice to kind of look back on it. I'm sure these fights were anything but relaxed and, you know, cheerful for these guys, some, you know, with the high pressure on. But hey, now that the season's over, we can look back and laugh at them. And yeah, hopefully it's just a reminder to people as well that we all have these bad fights, you know, we all have sloppy fights. It's not going to be a perfect solo every time, but hopefully this is a reminder of that, and also, yeah, just an opportunity to have a bit of a laugh at the end of the season. Alright, so first up we've got Vega of 4 Loki up against my Hitmonkey in our war against them this season. So yeah, he's taken the time to just heal up, read the notes really carefully there. A little bit of a pause, I think, just compose himself because he's quaking in his boots at the moment. You know, I would be scared of my monkey too, so here he is up against him on the stun reflection window, so he's got obviously no stuns for the most part. And there we saw a really nice piece of skill. He just threw a light into the air to bait my Hitmonkey into attacking him, and it worked, you know. He did a full combo to the face, and he's got another one for free there without even needing to bait it, so going completely to plan. That's why you use an invulnerability boost. Very lucky parry there, you know, when the window was just about to switch. But it's okay. This is why you bring in Hercules, right? You know, it just means that you can just go straight for I hit, you hit kind of fight, you know, who can get the other person down quicker. And it's a great tactic. So all I can say is ban Hercules, and thank you, Vega, for showcasing why he needs to be banned. But yeah, thank you for your footage, Vega. And yeah, that's one down, we can move on to the next. So here we have my good friend Avah up against a Terax for DSVG, and this is going to be a showcase in what not to do in a war fight. Do not open by running into your opponent and taking a combo to the face. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure people are going to take note of that. It's one of those ones, it's a very torn subject in the community. So I think maybe if Avah's generous enough, he might show us just one more time. And, you know, I have faith. He's a good man. And I think if we're just patient enough, we might get another sneak peek at what not to do. And there it is. Wow. I mean, what a man. He's going to fight the rest of this fight on 3%. Just so he could twice learn the lesson of not to get hit in the face. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a slow learner. I would like to see it one more time, but I don't think he's willing to let us. You know, he might even want to just dance around for a bit, let some willpower healing, maybe give him more of a leg to stand on. I don't think he can even take a parry here, but this is nail-biting stuff now as he gets to the end. And congratulations, Avah. You kept your place in DSVG. And, you know, thanks to that, you were able to last the rest of the season. So, Fair play, man. My neck was on the line like that. I'm not sure I would have. Right, so thank you to Avah for that. Now we have Slei. So Sleimon is actually in my battle group, and this was one of his first fights for the Alliance. Like, it's quite early on. It's, you know, I think this was our third war of the season, and yeah, shaky start from him. He's gone in with a Mega. Shock, I know, right? Who would have thought? Who would have seen that one coming? And a Mega fight for Slei. But, you know, Slei's like that little brother, you know, the one that you really want to punch in the face, but you know you can't, so we're going to let Mr. Negative do it for us. So, and, I mean, trust me, he does it for us. 42% health here. Slei is just about hanging on, and he eats a heavy. A little hungry, were you, Slei? I mean, I wouldn't recommend eating another one, because I don't think you can take it. Quick panic special 3 to keep himself alive. And if I know Slei from the short time he's been in his head right now, he is screaming. Like, I can hear it. He is screaming, probably crying. I told you not to eat another heavy, man. They never listen. Anyways, thank you for your entry, Slei, and yeah, I think we can move on to the next one now. Alright, so now we've got Tafre up from BG3 of SSX as well, my alliance and my battle group. And here he's applied his boost, having healed up his Claire, and, you know, stared at his screen in a moment of puzzle, you know, not seeing that horseman symbol popping up and thinking, you know, where's the horseman pre-fight, what's going on? But yeah, here he is taking a non-Archangel fight. So unfortunately, when you're not horseman and you're not Archangel, fights don't go down so well trying to just melt them. But here, Claire is a bit of a slow, safe option up against an Annihilus, where on the Rage mini-boss, she's got access to great power control. But he's gone for Hellfire, so this is going to be interesting. Very interesting, and he can't land another fight at the moment, so I'm not really sure what he's doing here. Is he just going for the nuke? How do you plan to control his power, bro? Like, not really sure what the game plan is in this one. There's a bit of panic setting in now, and I think the constant combos to the face here, I mean, there's a lot of guys trying to showcase to the community how many of these you can take at this level. And I think a wise man once said, you know, it's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and get back up and throw your special 3. And that is becoming a common theme here. So here's that panic special 3. You know, you've got to get that adrenaline healing back. Thank goodness for that being introduced with 6 stars, say. What a feature. But here he's in a bit of a pickle again, because he's just not quite getting that opportunity to nullify. He's got no clairvoyance charges, so I'm not really sure how you'd get out of that. He's got an opportunity there, so Annihilus immune to incinerate, so he's got some charges up, but he's backed in the corner against the wall. He's now thrown another special that he didn't need to throw because he already had some charges, and he's been absolutely butchered. And yeah, I mean, Annihilus gets scary, so unlucky there, Tafre, but I did enjoy watching you get beat up, man, because it's not often that it happens, and certainly makes me feel better about my ability. So yeah, thank you for that, and we can move on. Alright, so up next we have Work and Progress. So Work is in BG2 and our Alliance SSX. So I do not share a BG with him, I just share a support for Liverpool Football Club. And yeah, I mean, this guy is up against his worst fears, you know. It's an opponent with health and some nodes, and he's got to get their health down before they get his down. So it's not often you see someone, you know, step up and face their worst fears. Usually we all cower away, but fair play to him. He's going and he's taking on this, you know, fight full of all of his worst fears. It's not nice really to send him into it, but I mean, he's so brave, and I have so much respect for him for doing it. But here you can see, I mean, it's just, that's going to be a recurring theme. He's going to take some heavy to the face and throw some specials into blocks, and this is not going to be clean. But what it's really going to show is, and I'm sure it's entirely intentional, I mean, it's another hit to the face. Not many people would get hit this many times in the face and be allowed to take a boss fight, so it's clearly intentional. I don't want people to be fooled. I don't want people in BG2 who assign fights to see this and think, damn, we can't assign him another boss fight. It's completely under his control. He just really wants to show us that damage reduction, that resistance that Spider-Man 2099 has on True Strike. And again, just my respect for this guy just keeps going up. I mean, just look at it. He's just, I think, is this the first time in the fight that Mangog now has less health than him? Beautiful showcase. I mean, completely under his control. And the sad thing is Mangog doesn't realise it. He probably thought he was the one in control here. So, I mean, work just, excuse the pun, but he's putting in some work, isn't he? And he's getting down to that famous assassin's range that he absolutely loves. Don't let anyone tell you any differently. He loves all sorts of masteries like assassins and what's the other one? Pacify. He just loves when ability accuracy gets affected and messes with the flow of the game. Something about it making it more interesting for him. I don't know. I don't hear everything he says. But he's going to close this one out and come out of it alive. And that's all that matters at the end of the day, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, next up we have Godman, and he was in BG3 of SSX as well with me this season. He is now leading us to go back to play it in our top 5 alliance. I believe he came from one as well. So, I mean, he's a clearly very skilled dude, right? You know, top 5, that ain't no joke. So, here he is, taking a Doom assigned fight, and once again costing me the opportunity to do so. Absolutely no saltiness in my voice whatsoever. I'm absolutely, I'm not upset about it. You know, it's fine. I get it. He's done it at a higher level for a longer time, so let him have it, and he's gonna show his ability here. Or you'd like to think so. So here he's up against an Apocalypse. This is node 24. No easy node. This is WnP modification, bubble shield, and what's the other one? Burn and Might. So there's a lot going on here. And now you think he's in the perfect range, right? He's got the control back. He can go for a Doom cycle. But no, he throws a special too. And I get it. Burn and Might, you don't really want the Fury. But you can afford one, honestly. I know that because I've taken this fight and soloed it. Just, you know, I just thought I'd throw that out there, really. But here he is, and, you know, it's still okay. It's in his control until that, you know. That's exactly why you would have wanted to get into the Doom cycle. Would have made it easier to turtle up, get that nice flow, and finish it out. So, to be clear, this seasoned professional has now sent Apocalypse Incinerate immune, removing one big source of damage. He's got a concussion on him, and that bubble shield is getting quite high and really difficult to track. He's also lost his invulnerability boost. He's kept this fight going long enough that I think there might even be aspect of evolution on this. So this AFOC is going to be hitting harder and harder and making this a shakier fight than it really needs to be. But you know, this guy's the pro. I mean, what can I say? His 30-page essays in the group certainly showcase his ability. But here we're just going to see, can he close it out? Or is he going to get a special 2 to the face and die? Well, thankfully he had the blocks there. He's got such little health left, and this is such a nervy and tight finish, but I mean, this is why the guy went deathless, eh? Fair play to him, he recovered it. I mean, he ended with less health than I did when I took it, but you know, I digress. But yeah, thanks for sending your fight over, Godman, and good luck. I should also add that the video there from Godman was slightly low quality, and that's because it was downloaded straight from Line, so yeah, unfortunately that's why that one came out a little low quality. And when I say low quality, I mean the quality of the video, not the skills. I can't put an explanation to that one, I'm afraid. Alright, so quick intro to this clip here. We've got M1 from Battle Group 2. He's an officer there for our Alliance, SSX, and he is a fairly long time friend of mine in the game. We played in a previous Alliance, and he's actually the guy who got me in here, so I will have to be a bit more careful with my words, or he may also be the guy that gets me out of here. So, but he's pretty reliable player, great officer, and yeah, I mean, like I said, he got me in here, so big shout out to him before I take a look at his clip, and these might be the last nice words I say to him, so we'll find out, I guess. Alright, so here we have him. M1 is up against a Domino. On that node again, EMP mod, bubble shield and all that lovely stuff, and this is exactly what you want against Domino. Go right up against the wall and showcase why he prefers Quake. I mean, I think he's just doing it to troll, really. You know, the whole Quake versus Ghost argument, so he takes a Ghost and decides to start Quaking with her. I mean, I've never been the biggest fan of Quake personally, and so I'm pretty sure he sent me this one with the hope of winding me up. But as you can see, both champs at about 50% means it's been one of those fights that just, you know, who can hit harder and get it down quicker. So here we're going to see a really interesting technique, and it's called, I've got myself backed up and I'm going to throw a panic special and hope that I survive her special 3. Will he survive? Nope. Alright, next up we have Stranz, and we are back to BG3 in SSX. Now, this guy has featured on my channel once before. I showcased his Spider-Man 2099 fight, I think against a Doctor Strange mini-boss, so he is incredibly skilled, and yeah, I mean, I've spoken of my admiration for him before, and his ability to just take all these wacky champs and do things differently to most people, but he certainly is one of those guys who loves to explore his roster, and he's the Silver Centurion player in our battle group, and it's actually a champ that I am interested in taking up to rank 3 for sure, and hoping to play around with more and learn. And here, well, he's going to just show his ability to survive for sure. This node has made a few appearances. I guess this really does show how difficult a node it can be. Now, you're watching Havoc melt here, and you're thinking, what's he going to do wrong? Well, you'll see. We've got a nice special 2 decks, but let's just eat a special 1 to the face. And suddenly, there's this thing in war. I think we all experience it. You can be melting a fight like that, but then you just take all these unnecessary hits, combos to the face, special to the face, and suddenly a fight that was going so clean is going to cost you a few potions, and he still gets the kill. And I asked people for their messiest fights, and this is what Stranz showed me. So, I mean, that shows his ability, right? Like, that was one of his messiest fights. Other than Perhaps that one where he didn't read the node, went in and died, but I don't think he wanted to send that one, so we'll just pretend this was his messiest fight. Alright, so now we've got DLL up against a Mordo on node 23, Mix Master, Power Focus 1 and all that. And you saw at the start there, he's just double checked to make sure his screen recording for his fight, which is already an indicator that this is not going to be a perfect solo, because it seems to be a recurring theme that when he gets a perfect solo, he somehow manages to forget to screen record it for his YouTube. So that was the early sign there that this is not going to be a clean one. But, you know, he's come into this fight, he's using Killmonger. I know, different, not Mr. Fantastic, which is nice, bit of a switch up, but Killmonger is probably the second most used, and already he's taking a lot of hits. You know, he's got the Indestructibles up now, which will help him to take a few more if he needs to. He's used up that invulnerability boost, and he's just got to try and get that true strike, but it's just not happening. He's eating DJing at the moment, taking a bit of a beating, and, you know, I would say this is maybe an attempt to get off Killmonger duty and get assigned more Mr. Fantastic fights, but he's the one assigning them, so not sure what his tactic here is, man, but wow, I don't think I've seen him take this many hits in a fight before, and it's putting a smile on my face, I can't lie. I never wish the worst for my teammates, but this is entertaining, this is good stuff, and DLL getting beaten up, and it's not often, man, it's not often. And yeah, here we go, he's got a bit more control over the fight again, he's closing it out nice, and I think in this little passage here, he's just picturing me or Slei right on that Mordo. He's picturing us there, and he's just going to town on it, you know, just getting all those frustrations out and closing it out. And yeah, I think he even takes a screenshot here of how many hits he's taken, and then he has a little bit of a play around with the controls over the screenshot. Had to crop it out a little bit because didn't want to show any of his contacts popping up, but it's just a little amusing to see him fluffing around with the controls at the end as well. Clearly still a little shaky after his fight, and I don't know, perhaps he's still wrapping his head around technology, the poor old man. But thank you for your entry, DLL. And I think we're ready to move on to the next one. Don't think we'll see a worse Mordo 23 fight, to be on. Oh wait, no, we will. Just coming up next, we've got Campo. Alright, so now we have Campo up against the exact same fight scenario we saw before. It's Mordo on node 23. And this one was actually assigned to kind of anyone with a mole man. I think there were 3 of us with mole men. But in particular, me and Campo were put down for this fight. And he specifically asked me if he could take this one because he really wanted revenge. It was the last war of the season and he wanted revenge for scrappy fight it had. And yeah, I said, fine, go for it, you know. I was still a bit ill at the time. I was like, you know what, I'll go to sleep early and it'll all be good. So it's all yours. And well, he gets his revenge on Mordo, I guess, yeah. Really showing Mordo at the moment. Yeah. That will teach him a lesson. Definitely, man. But he had an invulnerability boost, so he survives for now. He's also at a special 3, and he doesn't want to hit Frenzy. Well, if you throw a special 3, you're going to hit max Frenzy, so that he'd lose his true accuracy, essentially. So he's in a position where he can't really throw a special. But then here, you can just watch the prowess taking up. And if you think 17, 18 prowess is bad, just wait till you see So here he's been knocked into frenzy over 10 monster mass, so he's lost his true strike. So he's doing everyone's favourite when they're screwing up a fight. You know, the emergency special 3. You throw it, you watch the animation, you let yourself calm down a bit. And it's just, that is a sign of clear panic mode when you just chuck a special 3 that you don't want to throw. Here he's obviously lost his true strike, so there he gets a bit of a combo to the face after the astral evade. And this Mordo is just going up and up in his prowess. And yeah, he's just got to make sure he does not get hit by a special. Thanks to Power Focus 1, he doesn't have to worry about the special 3 being too common. But it's a good thing there's no, like, you know, dex issues in the game or anything like that. We've got a nice, smooth, clean running game, and he can just reliably bait all these specials with 38 prowess and counting. So clear game plan here. Just wait out, let him get more prowess. You know you're absolutely fine to dex all specials. There's no bugs in this game at all, so it's completely safe. And it's just top tier gameplay. See, you can eat these hits because prowess won't affect those. So he just wanted to show that there. You know, that's completely fine, fair game. Now he was interested to see how much damage a special 3 with 40 plus prowess could do, but then he remembered we're still trying to win this last war of the season, so he decided to back out of that one, thankfully. And baits out a few more specials here. I mean, it's been said amongst us, I don't think I've ever seen anyone get this high on prowess, let alone get this high and survive it. So, fair play. He got out of it alive. So yeah, thank you for sending that fight over, Campo. Happy to let you take it and get your revenge on Mordo. I'm sure you were delighted with the very clean takedown of him there to get revenge after he screwed you over early in the season. And oh, interesting message there. Well, I'm glad he said it. But yeah, cheers, Campo, and let's move on to the next one. Alright, so now we've got JT, also from SSX BG3, and when I joined the Alliance last season, so season 28, well, just before season 28, he was basically, like, it became clear, like, he was the Doom guy for the battle group. He loved his Doom gameplay, and, you know, instantly, I think this season we actually had 3 of us who were really, you know, big Doom lovers in terms of the gameplay. And so I feel like instantly that means when one of the others gets assigned the Doom fights for the war, the eyes from the others are just constantly on them. And here we've seen JT go from blocking the special 2 to then just completely releasing his block and eating part of the special 2 to the face. And as a result, he's now got a concussion on him. Whew, both of them hitting their special 3 there. JT just about throwing his in time, and we get today's, you know, big feature. The panic special 3 is back again, making yet another appearance. And here he thinks maybe I can get it under control, but concussion says no, mate. We're not going to let you get any power drains. I think 70% chance for stuff to fail with a concussion on you, but it seemed a bit more like 100% there. And he eats a special 3, and the concussion's now permanent. Fun times, eh? So the best thing to do here is just try and remain calm, get the fight back under control, but you've got a permanent concussion on you. Things aren't gonna go to plan, really, and it's always gonna be an uphill battle from here. But, you know, look on the bright side, JT. You're getting some willpower healing. You might scratch that. You know, for all my talk on these Doom fights, I'm going to be absolutely slaughtered if I get assigned them and mess them up. But it's all fun and games. Thank you for your entry, JT. And that's actually the last one. So yeah, just a big thank you to everyone who sent their fights across. Of course, all just harmless fun, taking the mick out of all your gameplay, but should end on the high note and nice note of saying these are all great guys, great gameplay in general from them throughout the season. And yeah, I mean, they're all playing at the top level at the end of the day. it's just a fun way to watch everyone at this level messed up as we all do. And yeah, definitely was a fun video to make, collecting fights from so many different people. So looking forward to next season and to making more content on this channel as well. So yeah, the next video coming up will actually just be probably a bloopers reel of my own bad gameplay from the season. So I'm sure, having just rinsed these guys for theirs, they're gonna love to sit and have a look back at all my sloppy moments. And well, I'm planning for it to be a short video, which will be difficult because there's a lot of sloppy moments. So I'll just literally squeeze little clips in and keep that one much shorter than this for sure. Take care all, and yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, do share it around to your alliance mates, subscribe, and yeah, hopefully I can get more stuff out in the near future for everyone and keep people entertained, I hope. But yeah, take care and see you in the next one.